I have your attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman in the house, your boy to infinity and beyond. We're gonna have a great show today. We've got lots of tokens actually pumping. Looks like PulseChain is settling down, and so I think things are really just heading for the upside. We're gonna have a look at the PulseChain cores. We're gonna look at the charts. We're gonna look at a lot of the hot property projects now on PulseChain. A couple of the big juggernauts and a couple of the new ones that are emerging, sneaking up there from the sidelines. So we're going to talk about that today. Hope you guys enjoy it. We've got a bit of a lineup. Gladiator Games course, tournament number 8, $3,200 in prizes. Woohoo! And that has gone live, by the way. That's what I'll be doing after this live show. Be playing in that tournament. So it's going to be a lot of fun. XGame right now, hot. People are playing that, and I've been, checking in on that. That is going to be pretty epic. We're going to see a lot of stuff coming from XGame. We're going to talk about Peacock, of course, that huge launch yesterday. What a pleasure to cover. I'm so glad. And, of course, that really is the genesis coverage of that epic launch of Peacock DEX and the Peacock protocol. It is going to just ramp up and away. It's going to be so exciting, guys. Multi-chain DEX on PulseChain. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah, boy. Hooked into the bridge. Come on, guys. Blue chip. It's epic. We're going to look at some of the new stuff. DreddAI just hitting the ground here, and pumpity pump. It's pretty cool. And of course, ICBM, which has been around for a while, and I've always called it one of the better niche projects on PulseChain. Absolutely rallying hard, going up many X's over the last couple of days. And so we're going to talk about that too. But there's a lot of other stuff happening on PulseChain as well. So we're going to get into it all. Hope you guys enjoy the show. We're obviously going to cover the stock market quickly, the end of Friday, of course, and the crypto majors as well. So we've got a bit of everything, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm starting the show a little bit late today because I had a few things on. I will have a few little adjustments over the next few weeks. So just be patient with me as we get going. So it's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Well, without further ado, don't forget to repost the show as well. That's the link right there. Just take a moment to hit the repost button. Really helps a lot. And, don't just do it for me, but do it for other streamers out there as well. Pump your own bags, as they say. Pump your own bags, whatever that means. All right, let's get into it. We've got the Wall Street stock market results. Let's see how it went on overnight. So let's check it out. So we've got the Wall Street gains again, guys, on Amazon. And of course, but the rate caution tempers enthusiasm. So obviously, we are in a rate cutting cycle, but it may not be as linear as people would hope. And so we may have a bit of a gap there around December. People are just talking about that. So we've got the Dow Jones at the moment is up 40 points to 47,562. We've got the S&P 500 is up 18 points, 0.25% to 6,840. That's already pretty close to Tom Lee's target of 7,000. He says that if it gets to 8,000 or 9,000, then that will shave off upside into 2026. So that seems a fair call there. NASDAQ at the moment is 0.6%, 143 points to the upside. Pretty big day, 23,724. And if we ever look at the max chart, we can see, or let's look at the year because we already know we're in max territory. So let's look at the year there. Actually, let's go 6 months. And let's see where we are there on the S&P 500. That it's just off the top there. The Dow Jones just off the top as well, and the NASDAQ just off the record highs. In fact, that's pretty close. What else we got there? We've got the US dollar sitting at 99.56. So the US dollar has strengthened, guys, from 96 almost back to 100, and that's a good thing. I much prefer the stronger US dollar narrative. That makes much more sense than devaluing. Obviously, devaluing is always good for exports, but I think where the US is going, strong US dollar, very important there. And, of course, we had the BRIC countries try to undermine it, right, and a few others as well. But Trump has put the US back on the map there. And, of course, crypto may play a very big role in that in the future, not only with the US dollar, but with the US public debt of that, $37, $38 trillion of debt that they're going to deal with. So let's see how that plays out. All right, so the commodities right now, West Texas $61, Brent oil just below $65, and of course Trump's already succeeded on the oil prices there, and they're looking to pump even more oil and gas out of the United States. Of course, something that Trump really kicked off in 2016. So pretty exciting. And we've got gold right now is back over 4,000, but down $20 or 0.5% today. And silver is at $48.37, up down 1% or 45 cents. So off the highs there, a bit of rotation as well. That is where we are with the markets. So that is pretty much it on the old Friday's results. So we ended up green. That's got to be good for the weekend, right? Got to be good for the weekend. Let's hope that Sunday is another good day. We'll be looking forward to that, right? We'll be looking forward to that. All right, so let's go to the crypto majors and check out how Bitcoin and the market are going. Let's see if we got a bit of a move up as well. Well, stock markets were up. Well, crypto was up too, because crypto is up 1.5% at 3.777 trillion. That's possibly a good sign. But we're still super cheap. I cannot reiterate that enough. The market's about to go through a massive re-rate, guys. There is only one way I can see, and that is up. Think about everything that's going on. The convergence of everything is so amazing. Trump coming off the Asian trip, making all those deals. He's talking about 22 trillion in capital raised by the end of the year. That's insane, guys. It's an insane amount of money to invest in the U.S. economy, but it needs it desperately. And it's going to put, the U.S. economy easily as the number one, while the Chinese economy is struggling to even break even right now in GDP. 1% at best. I mean, they're already seeing a lot of deflation happening there. And so, it's a bit like almost like a paper tiger almost, but not quite. It is definitely under a lot of pressure there. And, Trump's on the front foot there, which is really awesome to see. Now, I've been calling for that for decades. But of course, it's just little old me. So, little old Superman. But we've got the Bitcoin right now is at $109,571, down up 1.2%. So a nice little move there. Let's see if we can keep that momentum over the weekend. Crypto 24/7, baby. That's all we can say. Ethereum right now is at 1.2% at $3,846. So a nice little move there. Obviously, we've kept under the 4,000 now. And we got denied around the 5,000, and everyone is pretty much these days, I think, calling if we can break that 5,000, then an altcoin rally is certainly, signed, sealed, and delivered. But as you guys know, it's like top 10, 20 days in the year is when the markets rally. So, we've still got like 60 days or so to the end of the year. We only need 5 days, 10 days to hyper rally. And it's all up, right? It's all up. 50,000 add the Bitcoin. 60,000, 100,000 add the Bitcoin. It happens very fast, guys. So don't get tricked out there. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We get XRP up 2.9%. Nice little move there to 1251. BNB at number 5 up 1%, $1,088. Solana at number 6 is up 1.6%, $187. And we've got Doge at number 9 up 2% at 18.6 cents. And finally, our top 10, Tron. A great movie, by the way, especially the original, is up 1.3% at 29.6 cents at number 10. So those are our top 10. And the best performer is XRP, up 2.9%. Best performer over the last week. Everything is down. But the best performer has to be, I guess, XRP is only down 0.1%. So there we go. XRP is the best performer, followed, not too far behind by Bitcoin. Got to have your Bitcoin in your wallet, your Bitcoin. Now, remember, they used to say in the last cycle, if you got one Bitcoin, you're going to make it. Remember, you're going to make it. It's all you need. And now this cycle, it's like you got 0.1 Bitcoin. You got 0.1 Bitcoin, you're going to make it, right? So, on the way to $1 million. And of course, as you guys remember, Michael Saylor's expectation for 2045 is $13 million. That's his midpoint, I think, case or base case, $13 million of Bitcoin. So if you're nice and young, then, you just hodl that. Forget about, trying to save retirement. Just hodl your one Bitcoin if you've got one, that is, for that. And if it's going to be $13 million, you only need one tenth of that. It'll get you 1.3 million. That's 0.1 Bitcoin. So that gets you to a nice little, at least a decent little retirement nest egg, depending on where you are in the world, of course, and your lifestyle, what you're accustomed to. Some people have got pretty expensive lifestyles they try to work towards. We've got PulseChain Animal in the house there. How's it going? Good to see you there, PulseChain Animal. And we got Luna in the house as well. Hey, gang, lots of love there with the big heart. And we got Tron. Yeah, what did Valiant say? Tron video game was fun. Spent many quarters on that game. That's awesome, man. That's good old Tron, man. That's bringing back the days, bro. It's bringing back the days. the magic of the 80s and the 90s, and I guess the early 2000s had still a bit of that magic. Maybe up to the first couple of years, maybe. Although it's kind of vague for me, the early 2000s. But yeah, it's kind of cool. But definitely the 80s and 90s had that video game magic, man. OMG. You play video games, you go with your friends, you go play video games, you put the coins in. You then go out to the park, you go up racing up the hills and the mountains with your friends. I mean, it was just so good. You go to the movie theaters. It was just so good. No phones, right? No phones, guys. There was no phones, but we had early computers, right? First generation of computer gaming. That's pretty much it. All right, so yeah, that's the way it was. All right, so let's get into it. We got the top 100. Let's have a look at that. We're sort of detouring a little bit with conversations today, but we're going to have fun, aren't we? We're going to have fun. And it is a lovely sunny day here in New Zealand after having a pretty big storm. Now we've got this beautiful sunny day outside. We got number 13 is Figure Hallock, and that's up 114% for the week, so a pretty good move in the top 100. Zcash at number 32 is the second best performer, up 51% for the week. Really good move there. 76 Official Trump is up 34% there. Number 41 is BitTensor Tau, and that is up 23.8%. And number 5 is Pi Network. It's number 65 is up 21% for the week, although it's very, very low to where it was, several months ago back in like March, April. It was like way higher. Was it about $2.50? So it's still well short of that, but still managing to stay in the top 100 there. Not a great platform. They're bullying an ecosystem, but the whole place, the token allocation's crap. Anyway, so we got that going at the moment. Top 1,000 top gainers. We got Figure Hallock, Hive Mapper, and Zend. Zend token. Those are the big movers in the top 1,000. And trending is Zcash, BitTensor, and Chain Opera AI. Those are the ones on the move right now. So at the moment, overall crypto up 1.5%, 3.77 trillion. And of course, we had Bitcoin at 109,571 and Ethereum at 3846. And of course, as you guys know, on PulseChain, we are very keen for Ethereum to break that 5K. And I'm sure the rest of the altcoin season is as well, because then magic money happens, guys. Magic money. And so once it starts to run, guys, what's the rule? You guys have been here. Sell before the top because don't write it down. That's the thing. DCA out. That's what Randy Alaska would say. DCA out on the way up. Once we get that runaway magic money, don't write it down. A lot of the people end up writing it down. So don't be that guy or girl. You know what to do. That's the tip of the day. Should we get a little twinkle for that? I think we should. Valiant says, my favorite bar had a Tron video machine. Good times. Absolute good times. I actually watched a little video of a guy that is like, older, getting retired, and he has one of the biggest pinball machine collections, I think, in the world, possibly, and maybe the biggest. It's humongous. He does open it up. Runs at his little shop where he has, people at the front desk, and he's just got all the machines, and it's in the United States somewhere. But man, it lights up and it's amazing. It just brings back that old magic of that you just can't get with modern games, let's say. Pretty awesome. All right, pinball machine. All right, I think that's it, isn't it, for the crypto majors? That's it. We're going to get into PulseChain. All in favor? Let's go. Well, we got day 903. We just finished, so that's the results. We've just started day 904. So let's get into that. Let me go to, I guess we'll go to the middle screen here. And we've got Pulse right now at quadruple 0314. It is down 1.3% today, sitting at 31% of the mean sacrifice price. Now, as you guys know, recently we defended 2,700. We're going to come back to these charts later on. I'm going to finish with the PulseChain chart cause. We're going to actually finish with that. It's a little different, but we're going to do that at the end. PulseX at the moment, quadruple 0207, down 1.1%. So it has stopped really bleeding out. It's still down a little bit, but it's really stopped bleeding out there. And the buy and burn, guys, look at this. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. 7.99%. What a tease. What a big tease. Almost 8% based on GoPulse numbers. And, of course, these are different from PulseChain Stats, which is the new website out. But this is one we've been tracking for, 900 days or so, however long it's been on. 7.99%. We're close to 8% there. And the Ink token right now up at 2.87%, $1.19. We've got Hex at the moment, 0.7 of a penny, down 2.7%. And EHEX is pretty much the same as yesterday, 0.18 of a penny. Combined price of EX and EHEX and PX is slightly down from yesterday at 88 hundredth of a penny. Remember, we were just over 9/10 of a penny yesterday combined. So that's the Richard Hart cause. Let's go to the gas prices. Gas prices 334,000 beats. We've had low gas for about 5 days. We're at 4/10 of a penny, so it's been down pretty low for about 5 days, like what I can recall. Total valid is 53,156. So we've had this like maybe the last 2 days or 3 days. And then the bridge, of course, let's have a look at that. 96.2. That's pretty similar to yesterday, if I remember rightly. It's a pretty similar number there. So we don't really want to go much further down. Obviously, EHEX dragged us down, right? EHEX dragged us down there because it's gone down to 18/10 of a penny. Remember, it was up at 3/10 of a penny. Let's have a look at our screenshot. I think it's about a week old. We did say we were going to review it at that time. So yeah, it was the 25th. So give or take about a week. So we were at 101.9 million about a week ago. We're now at 96.2. So what's that, about 4.5 million or somewhere like that? The big move is, of course, what was EHEX? EHEX is 22.9 million. We're now at 20.1. So we're down 2.7, 2.8 million on the EHEX just because of that price coming down. The amount of tokens is pretty similar. In fact, we've got slightly more tokens than we had of HEX over on PulseChain. ETH was 6,300 and we got 62.53. So we're down about 55 ETH from a week ago. DAI was 19.9. DAI is now 20.1. So we're up on that. And that's the one thing we have seen, right? We've been up on the stables, which is a good sign. That is a good sign. At least a settling down sign, right? And we were looking for that big capital reversal to the upside, right? To the green. So yeah, that's up about $170,000, $180,000 in DAI. So that's cool over the last week. USDC was 15.4. It is now 14 point off, just under 15. So we're actually down about 400K on USDC. So boo-hoo, that sort of wipes out our DAI net. So we're still down about 210 on those stables. USD Tether was 1.19, let's say. So 1.29. So we're actually up about 110. So all in all, on those stablecoins, we might be down about 90 to 100,000 net, which is, it's down negative, but it's not the end of the world. It's not $1 million or $2 million. So that's kind of where we are right now on the stables. Interesting. Bitcoin's about the same. And Coast is obviously the same there as well. Coast doesn't change there. So that's pretty much it right now. Down a little bit on the ETH, a little bit on the DAI. About a 50 ETH down and 100K down on the stables. That's pretty much it over the last week. So what is it? Not much really. I mean, obviously EHEX has dragged us down the dollars. About, what I say, 2.6 million, something like that. All right, so that is pretty much it. Let's have a look at the volumes. Obviously, we've been having some pretty exciting volumes these days, but not today. Not today, guys. That's pretty miserable. 9.6 million. We are on a weekend now, sort of crossing over from Friday to the weekend. 9.6 million. Boo. That's pretty crap. I'll be fair, right? I try to be objective here. If it's good, it's good. Now, we were enjoying, 23, 24 million, if you guys remember. And then we got down to like 14 million. And now today we've got 9.6. I got no boo on my sound effects, but boo. Anyway, so total transactions, though, have been really incredible this week. For the first time in 2025, we broke 600,000. We did that for like 2 days at least. So that was pretty amazing. Today, we got 463,000 transactions. So that has been a good little Blue's Clues, I guess, for the upcoming bull run for PulseChain, I think we've already started, right? I think we're just in that early stages there. Giga, let's have a look at the top coins today. So we've got Gigacock there. Everyone, jumping on the Peacock bandwagon. Now, I haven't checked to see whether there's a safe token. Remember, I'm just going through the top 100 trending, and we're going to be pulling out some of these to talk about, right? Talk about some of these. So Gigacock there, up 350%. It's been around for 11 hours. We've got DreddAI. Now, DreddAI has been around for over 2 months, and this is actually a utility, as I understand it, coming to PulseChain, and it just got pumped today. Look at that. A market maker came in and pumped this out. And it got pumped from quadruple zero 2,400, let's say, to quadruple zero 8,300. So massive pump there, up 180% at the moment, but was even higher over a 3x. So looking pretty good here. Now we're going to have a quick look at the DreddAI website. And this is going to be, I don't know if it's launched yet, but it's going to be a decentralized risk evaluation and data diagnostics. Now, obviously, we've got to see it up and running first, right? Because anyone can make AI websites these days. But as I understand it, it is going to be a proper one. So we'll see, proof's in the pudding. And they've got early access registration. You can put your X handle or email and submit that. But that's going to be the first interactive AI tool for live crypto risk evaluation analysis. So that's definitely an important utility we need on PulseChain. Obviously, we've had a lot of people out there, sort of do it independently, like CryptoSolve and others. But yeah, the first interactive AI tool for live risk evaluation analysis, enforcing blockchain transparency through data, not hype. Dredd is your AI shield against scams, rugs, and high-risk projects, where AI meets on-chain analysis to protect traders, etc. Multi-chain risk evaluation across Ethereum, BSC, Solana, and PulseChain. So not just EVM chains. We've got Solana as well. The blockchain enforcer brings clarity and accountability. So that might be quite, if it's accurate, fairly accurate, or that might be pretty cool. So that is pumped. That's pumped. The old Dredd, and look at it. It speaks for itself. So we'll keep an eye out on that one. Definitely something we want to see on PulseChain is AI and utility solutions. They have a market there. What's it going to be worth? Well, we'll find out. It is what it is. Now, typically things that are going to have revenue that are going to be, being able to buy the token off the market, they're going to be important, right? We saw that with Liberty Swap yesterday. Massive revenue potential out there. To forever push the coin up, relatively speaking, and so that's going to be a pretty key attribute. So anything more than just user growth and user demand, so that's really key. So those protocols on PulseChain that are creating businesses are going to be a natural, massive advantage, generally speaking, over coins that don't have it. But then sometimes coins that do have very clever tokenomics can also do well, and one of those, of course, is ICBM. And ICBM's got very clever tokenomics, and that is up 144%. They launched a SCADA token as well, which I haven't really deep dive on, but ICBM is up right now, doing pretty well there. So you can see IBM, it's even too rally. Look at that thing go. So we have been covering, obviously, IBM for some time. There's the 4-hourly chart here versus SCADA, and that's been on the up and up. So yeah, Nuke the Supply is a unique, transparent, safe, verified protocol. Free from KOLs. Boo, those KOLs. We got cabals and shady allocations developed by independent devs. Join us. In fact, it's been absolutely fantastic, and we have covered it many times. It's also been in the Monster thread profiled. So yeah, supply control and distribution. I love the site. It's pretty cool. And it's been a great project. So very, very cool there. Now it's got the connection. It's also got the SCADA token they've launched. Obviously, they're in the, I think, the third phase of this project, if I remember rightly. Third phase of the project. So pretty cool. I think first stage was nuke the ICBMs. Then the second wave, I think, was the auction, if I remember rightly. And then third, looks like they got the SCADA phase as well. So definitely want to jump into their Telegram and let them know that Superman sent you and that you want to find out more information. That is ICBM there. We've got Bayer as well as there as well. So Bayer is another solution. We might hear more about this as well. Decentralized generation for AI as well. So we've got two AI projects at the moment up on the list. So yeah, decentralized agentic AI infrastructure for Web 4. So the AI powered infrastructure for meme coins, empowering Web 3 creators with agentic AI-driven seamless creation and in-depth analysis and data-driven reports from prompt to earn model. So that's pretty cool. I think Crypto Paradise may have covered these guys already as well. So big shout out to the Crypto Paradise team. Dive into the future of memes. So they got data dashboards there, and they got a big ecosystem as well. So we might talk more about that in the future. And they got a roadmap. Look at that roadmap. Pretty funky, bigger funky there. I believe this is a team out from India as well. So big shout out there. They're obviously moving into the space, which is cool. And looking forward to see their protocol go. 5.5% buy and sell tax fee there as well. So we'll keep a tabs of this crew with the bar there. So we've got two AI projects, guys. PulseChain, man. I said to you, it's ramping up. I said it. We've got these big launches like XGame, like Peacock Dex, and we've got Coinwell coming up. We're going to have other big launches coming up too, on-chain bet, etc. Probably Full Game and Mafia launching, more and more stuff coming. But we've got all these other teams out there pulling, really cool AI ideas onto the chain and adding value there. So we've got Dredd and Bayer there in the AI space. We've got 4Chain. It's been around for over 2 months. That's up 124% at the moment. I haven't really looked too much into this one either, but that's been pumped today as well. So, market makers coming in here, making some moves. 4Chain is simple image-based bulletin board. So that is ticking away there. I didn't even know we had that on the chain, but there we go. It's been out for 2 months. You're either into that sort of stuff or you're not. But that has been pumped over the last 5 days, actually, but particularly today. Look at that thing go. We got thing 1288, market cap 128 right now. So there we go. What else we got going? We've got the companion to ICBM, the next phase, SCADA, and we'll have a quick look at that. That is obviously up. Look at that coin. Woo-hoo-hoo. So if you've been on that, well done. If you've been in the ICBM community, you'll be very happy with the performance of these coins. Let's have a look down here. Welcome to SCADA Supply Control and Distribution Application. SCADA is unique. It's a self-sustaining deflationary token. Automatically builds liquidity from trading taxes. Periodically buys itself back from the market. Rewards participants with 10% of the supply blocked. SCADA and burns the rest. Every supply block permanently reduces circulating supply with deepening its liquidity, creating a token that gets scarcer and more liquid over time. And this is one of the big things that ICBM has been focused on, is the scarcity whole idea, and it's worked out very well. And I would say the other thing is that the community, they got rid of the degens in the community, and then the community was really tight, and that's also helped to support the project. So they got a lot of believers, and it's paying off for them, right? That coordinated community, they're actually paying off for this project. Doesn't always, you get that happening in projects, and it's probably not common, but they managed to do it in the ICBM community, and it's paying off. It's paying off. So pretty cool. SCADA is out there. All right. The other one we've got, of course, is Joy of the PulseChain. Now, I saw one of the female influencers out there talking about Joy the other day. Just trying to remember, was it Crypty Girl? Is she the promoting this or following this? I'm not sure. But this has been out for a couple of days, and it's been going up pretty well. 0002000 up 172,000. I think it might be Crypty Girl. Just you have to double check, but I think she might be the one talking about this. And that is on the move. The old Joy there. It doesn't have any website. Doesn't have a description. Richard Ross, and I think we did talk about this briefly yesterday, but that is on the move right now. So these seem to be some of the hot ones. What's hot on PulseChain right now? And let's go down a bit further. DFC's been around for 2 months. It's up 38%. It's doing pretty well. Pulse Guy pegged the Peacock. It's up 20%. And let's have a look at the Pulse pair there. The Pulse Guy there on the move. And that is looking pretty good, that chart, isn't it? Look pretty good. I haven't checked the RSI. Always check the RSI when you're looking at these charts. Also check the ratio to pulse as well. Always good to do both of those things just as a basic, right? The RSI will typically tell whether you're overbuying or if it's sold and a good pickup. But you can also use other metrics like moving averages and other things, other tools, and help you make those decisions as well. Let's have a quick look at the website for Pulse the Guy. Seems to get a lot of reposts from Liberty Swap. I don't know what the relationship is there, but it certainly get a lot of support there. It's just the Pulse Guy meme. And is the website going to render? I guess that's the question. There it is there. So you can buy that on the chain there. Interesting. Pulse Guy is the official mascot of every PulseChain investor. There we go. So there we go. It looks like a pure meme, does it? I think it is. But it's Peer to Peacock, and it got in early, right? Got in early. So game on there. So 569K market cap there at the moment. So let's keep going down the list here. We got Curve Token up 11% there at number 14. PDC with the UFO pair is up 8.5% there. PulseChain PHEN up 7.67% there. And we got Dow Token there, one of the OG pump tires, up 7%. Unity, which is still adjusting, right? Let's have a quick look at Unity while we're here. Unity is adjusting to supply. Let's go to see what day we're on Unity because we want to cover the transition from phase 2 to phase 3, which is about day 89. So let's have a look there, day 75. So we've still got 13 days or so to go before we get to that point, right? So we'll keep a lookout for that. The price will adjust with volume, just like we've seen with Taurus. So let's have a look at Taurus quickly. And Taurus is on Ethereum, but it's already advanced, right? It's day 114. So it's actually gone through the transition to the third phase. So Taurus is now, the fractal has now swapped over. So the fractal has been emptied out of this pool and put into the buy and burn. And now the buy and burn's got about 4K of buy and burn value there. And that no doubt will probably be at 1% if I'm looking right here, 1%. But they've also got the buy and build still operating there. And that would be, I guess, a couple $100 a day. But that's still running at about $4,000 now. It's at the top of the fractal. What's the price on there right now? 10 cents. So really, the price hasn't really taken off. One thing I will say is that the supply, liquid supply, is pretty big over on Ethereum, and that's not really what should be happening here. That should be, ideally going into the stake Taurus. So we'll see how that plays out. Obviously, there's not a sell down in the market, but that supply is just sitting there and not earning yield. So the people that are staked earning yield, I'll be loving it, right? So they're the ones that have, gone for the staking there. and getting that value. Obviously, there's still an inflation event, inflation still goes, but actually, between day one, I think it was 108, and day 140, I think it was, there wasn't a lot of inflation coming out. So it's actually, if you expect to see a price lift from the buy and burn, we'll see what happens there over the next few days. And also the sentiment with ETH as well. So that's kind of the play there right now. So we'll keep tabs on that. That is Unity from Cryptographics. Also, there's a big protocol supposed to be coming out as well. That might eat up some of the supply also. So I think that's kind of naturally goes into conjunction with those two protocols, Taurus and Unity. At the moment, what else we got going? We've got SolidX just climbing the ranks up here too. We're going to talk about XGame in a minute, but that is at $2.05, so it's just pretty much flatlined there. We are waiting for the staking pools. Remember, there's going to be 5 staking pools for SolidX based on US dollar value. Obviously, taking into account accumulated revenue from XGame profits. So we are going to be talking about XGame pretty shortly. So we'll get into that. So Solana right now at 5%. That's one of the pump tires, Solanas. And we've got Teddy Bear sitting in the mix there too, up 4% there, number 22, 23, 21 and 22. What else have we got going here? X at number 25 up 3.69%, just like the nominal inflation rate for X. What else is going along here? Incentive token, number 30, are up 2.5% there. World's greatest PDI printer from OG WebSef, number 32, up 2.2%. Coming down to number 36 is Apine Pulse, 1.7, PMX 500, 1.5. Source on Minimeal. Boo! Saw some mini-meals going over to Solana, and I don't know if that's a good move. What do you guys reckon? I know some people got the big play about it being sort of the second Ethereum, for terms of Solana treasuries and other things going on. But I've heard not so great news about Solana happening. X1's launching, right? It's going to be Solana 2.0. We'll see what happens in that space too. But so far, the pre-launch with the validators on X1's going very well indeed. I think there's well over 700 validators now. So that is going to be pretty fun when they open up XDEX, and because we're going to talk about that when it comes up, we'll be covering X1 chain as much as possible. Number 40 is Liberty. That's up just over 0.75% there. What else we got there? That's pretty much it. Number 44 is Remember from OG WebChef. Pretty flat there, but green. Everything else is out of the money, including some of the big juggernauts like Vouch. Vouch is down just slightly, 0.6%. Another one validated on PulseChain, of course. Sparta with the Hex Treasury, down 1% there as well. Finvesta, the grandparent of all the OG WebChefs there, $4.21, down 1.5%. Time Dividend, another one of the heavyweights, is down 1.7%. Of course, recently incorporated Bitcoin into the wallet. Isn't that awesome? So you can hold your Bitcoin, guys, in there. What else there? We got there SolidX, like I say, just $1.98 based on the Pulse pairs, $2.02 on the INC pair. What else is going on here? Firewall is down here as well, 2.9%, along with Hex, all the Hex pairs, number 74 to 78, all down here too. Accumulate your Hex while you can. That's kind of the main blink. Keep accumulating the good stuff, right? Waiting for the day in the sun, as they say. We've got Hex pump tires down here as well, down 5%. Top Hat with the old Peacock riding that up, 6%. Vault 369, of course, we're looking forward to the launch. There's a big giveaway right now from Fast Abdul. That's 6.7%. So if you want to get that access to that, go check out Fast Abdul's Vault 369. Multi-collateral, multi-chain, potentially one of the heavyweights on PulseChain. And hey, look, I think I need to go through and do another live stream. Remember, I did this many months ago. I went through what I considered the big utility projects on PulseChain. I think I almost need to do it again. I think we're almost there. Maybe when CoinWell comes out, we could do CoinWell launch and then do that by the end of the year. How's that sound? In fact, we'll probably do it in November because they're going to be launching in November. So I think that's probably a good way there. Because a lot of people will say, what's a good project? What can I, if you're not degening, you're going, what can I invest in? And I think that'd be a good show to cover all that. Obviously not in financial advice, but I'll give my opinion on it. What else we got going? We got pump tires there, number 91, down 8.6%. Now I'm expecting a lot of these pump tires to get a bit of a pickup here from the new Peacock decks over time. So it's going to happen over time. And probably at a pretty good rate as well. So a lot of these coins that are paired with Peacock or pump tires will probably, and the decent pump tires, probably get a bit of a lift there. We're going to keep a lookout for that. Now, Peacock right now is down 9.3%. So people taking profits on it. And of course, it's just under 2 cents right now. But this is really the secret sauce. So you want to get some of those weekends out as you zigzag up on the old Peacock. So not too worried about that. And that's not bad after the launch, 9%. And the RSI gets to cool off a little bit too. getting for the next move. But the revenue's coming in still, and the money keeps coming in, right? So and it keeps buying and burning and building liquidity, fading the big gateway. It's good. So if you can pick it up on little pullbacks, it's a good idea. Zero, of course, a match with Peacock 2 down 11%. Zero trust there, and also we've got XGame there at 1.2 cents right now. Did make a little bit of a lift yesterday at 1.4, 1.2 cents right now, and it's down 13%. But keep a lookout for the XGame because we'll be covering that today as well. And then we've got Oink Piggy Bank with their treasury, been pumping that recently. That is down 6% as well right now. So just a little bit of rotation. I'd call it a mini rotation on some of these at the moment, given that they have been hot. So yeah, we've got a bit of a change in the guard today. A few AI coins in the move. A few exotic, clever scarcity tokenomics, like ICBM, seem to be taking all the glory today. So yeah, DreddAI and ICBM there, talk of the town. Yeah, seems what it is. So there we go. Bit of change of the guard there for today. All right, so let's get into some of the next stuff. We've got a couple more comments though in the chat. We got Valencia's need a wah wah sound effect for this volume. Wah wah wah. Yeah, under 10 mil. It's pretty sad. Thumbs up there, says Valiant. Thumbs up indeed. All right, so we're having a good time, and that's all that counts, right? We're having a good time. I'm a little bit later on the show today, but we're going to have a little bit of changes over the next month or so as we go. So kind of cool, and it's just what it is. All right, that's my latest saying these days. It is what it is. I don't know. It's just come out. It's like once you had enough, you're just like, oh, we'll just wait. We're just going to keep waiting until the sun shines, as it were. And it's shining today. All right, let's get into some of the news. Now, if you hadn't seen, Gladiator Games is out right now. In fact, let's go have a look for the Rome token and see how that's performing for Gladiator Games. They, of course, launched staking, didn't they? So let's have a quick look at that. At the price. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean even with the launch of staking that they're going to be bumped. No, so no big pump off the staking there, which means that you can buy a lot of Rome and stake it and earn more Rome while it lasts anyway. So that is in play right now for the old Rome token, sitting at 0.001198. So let's just call it 1200, and that is actually paired with Peacock now, which is pretty exciting. I think that's a pretty good move. And so when Peacock gets a bit of a move on, it's going to be pretty good. Let's look at the ratio to Pulse. It's sitting at 3.83 Pulse right now, market cap 120K. So pretty good entry there as well. And that chart has recovered pretty nicely also. So looking pretty good there. All right, so that is that. And, of course, at the moment, tournament Season 3 started this week. They had a mini tournament, and it was really, really popular. Unfortunately, I didn't get to play enough games, although I was winning. So it's probably a good thing that I got busy and didn't end up finishing the rest of my games. Because I remember last week, I was doing pretty well in the weekend tournament, winning one of the tournaments there. Weekend tournament number 8, of course, has started today, only a few hours ago. It's going to be running for over 2 days. So anybody can join up over that time. Just make sure you get in there and play regular games and try and get those wins in. $3,200 in prizes, which is a massive jump from previous weeks. We had prizes of $1,200, and now we've got $3,200 this weekend. So this might be a special weekend for was it not Valentine's? What's it called? The scary monsters. What's the damn thing called? Halloween. That's it. Halloween. So Halloween on this weekend, and special bonus prizes here, $3,200. And all you have to do is step 1, join Gladiator Games. That's the link there. Now, if you're on X, you'll be able to see this on the X profile. Number 2 is grab a Generator 3 Gladiator. You can buy a starter pack, which I highly recommend. Buy off the market, which is also there. I don't know how they've probably still got plenty. Or breed one. If you got Generation 2 Gladiators, you can breed one for 25,000 Rome. But hey, look, there's 3 ways of getting Generation 3 Gladiators so you can play. Now, you can also build them up if you want to have really a big advantage, but that will just depend on which one you're fighting for. And then step 4, you just register for the tournament. It's that easy. Join now, get some Pulse, put it in there, buy some gold, grab a Generation 3 Gladiator, and then register for the tournament. And for the pure skills, you don't actually need a lot of the custom upgrades. So that's that step 3. But step generation for the main tournament, these are customized. So step 3 is very important, right? Increasing your qualities, increasing your weapon quality. If you want to go the extra mile, upgrade options in the store as well, so you can go even at sort of that next level to make your gladiators super strong. But then you can register. So it's 200,000 gold to register for the Pulse Pure School. So if you not too much into customization, just want to get in and battle based on your gaming skills, then this is the one to get into. It's 200,000 gold. And if you want to play the main one, you're really into the game, you want to really go up the levels, big prizes, of course, in the main one, then you can join that for 1 million gold, which is a million pulse, right? So one gold equals 1 pulse. Top prize is $200, but the prizes are really well spread, all the way down to number 15, $60, guys. And then the top 20 places also get 100 silver, and silver is really, really important for the game, getting really good weapons, customizing your own weapons. So it's very, very cool there. But massive prizes. Look at that price list. So, I mean, you could come in and play, and you might come number 10th. Number 10, you're going to get potentially $110, guys. You might even come at number 15, you're going to win $60. So it's pretty good. Pretty dang good. So get in there, folks. It's a special Halloween competition, $3,200 in prizes. Now, you got the prize there, and the game is legit. The game is legit. Look at that. Pretty awesome. So nice stuff there. Let me copy that down. And I might repost that out, actually, even though I posted it yesterday. So that is Gladiator Games. Week tournament number 8, can you believe it? I mean, it really is starting to become a household name, I guess, household name. Gladiator Games, and I'm going to post that there. Bam, there's the link. You can find all the stuff there. And I'll see you in the tournaments. I'm already registered. You can see that. I'm already registered. See? I mean, registered. It says, you are registered. I'm in both of them. I got to get time to play them, which I'm going to play after the live stream, hopefully. So that is there. Gladiator Games. Play today. I sound like a hip hopper, but there we go. All right, I'm going to post that link underneath the live stream as well. I've just reposted it. There we go. So if you come out of the live stream, you'll be able to see that repost, and that is the link there. Join now link. Join up today. It does have referrals, so you can share referral around as well and get other people that love gaming in there as well to earn some mad cash prizes. And as I understand it, we've got people from Asia, guys, that are not even on PulseChain joining, from Philippines, I think it is, somewhere like that. We've got guilds coming from those places, gaming guilds are coming onto PulseChain via Gladiator Games. So it's onboarding new people to PulseChain. And that is great. And they're loving it. They're getting really involved in that. In fact, they're becoming pretty competitive. So they are gamers. So, but there's plenty of prizes for everybody. So get in there and see what you can do. All right. So that is Gladiator Games. The other big one, of course, was Peacock yesterday. And, of course, Peacock launched. So let's go find Peacock on the chart there as one of our heavyweights. This is going to be huge. Obviously, a little bit of profit taking today. But this is going to be really exciting. I'm so excited about Peacock, where it's going. And this is more, like I say, from my point of view, not financial advice, but very much an investable into PulseChain, an investment-orientated chart. So it's going to have little ebbs and flows on the way to glory. And at the moment, a protocol that has multiple income revenue streams is going to be very hard to beat, isn't it? And of course, these guys have an ambition of $1 billion market cap, but even billions potentially. And at the moment, there are only 8 meme coins in the world that are over $1 billion, right? So Peacock is going to head there. Now, Peacock heads towards $1 billion. Now, obviously not financial advice, but just going with what they're saying. And of course, I see the business model being able to do that. It's pretty cool. Then, it's like a huge X return from here. So let's actually do the X's because everyone loves moon math. So let's bring those up. And we're going to go 1 billion, right? 1 billion. We keep it on the low side. That'll beat me top meme coin number 9. All right. So what I say? $1 million, right? So I've got to stop mucking around. $1 million. I've forgotten what I'm going to be doing now. $1 million, and let's divide it by 16.6, I think it is. And that would get us a 60x from here, guys. So a 60x from here. Now, we were up, the chart was up a little higher at 2.2 cents yesterday at the top of the news. It was a 55x, I think it was, 55x, which was hilarious. It was 55.55. It was hilarious. It was unbelievable. Anyway, it's a 60x to $1 billion today. But hey, look, if you're looking on PulseChain, which ones do you think are going to do that, right? Which ones do you think are going to do that? That's the key. Now, if you guys want to find out more, get into Strategy Club. Link is in the video description on YouTube and also pinned to the top of X. And Strategy Club is a private club, $35 a month. Fantastic value. Come on, guys. Awesome value. And you can find out more in there. So hit us up there. I'm passing intel in there all the time. All right, so that is where we are right now. So 16.6 mil. Watch this thing just go up to the upside. So think about it now. We get to get into what the actual update was yesterday. I summarized it in an X post last night before I tuned in for the evening. Just in case you missed it, something really big happened on PulseChain today. And you guys know I wouldn't normally put out a post like this if it wasn't big. Peacock DEX launch summary. Liberty Swap officially launched the Peacock protocol today, marking the debut of the first, and I'm going to reiterate this, the first cross-chain DEX centered around PulseChain. Awesome, eh? Centered around PulseChain. It's incredible, guys. The protocol focuses on measuring and maximizing the growth of Peacock, PulseChain Peacock, and its liquidity pool network, enabling seamless multi-chain trading and liquidity provision. So awesome stuff, guys. Awesome stuff. Yeah, we've got Crypto Wally in here saying a few things. Aren't you forgetting the burn? No, we're not forgetting the burn. 15.5% has been burned already. And yes, it's less than 1 billion tokens. It's a pump tires, absolutely. All right, so let's get on with the rest of my update here. We got the launch emphasizes deflationary mechanics. That's your burn there, guys, with every trade triggering an instant Peacock burn via an integrated burn contract. So it's awesome. We've got key features, I should say. Cross-chain swaps and liquidity. Users can instantly swap Peacock across Ethereum, PulseChain, and BNB. And of course, it's going to have more chains coming. Liquidity addition and trading are supported on all three networks with expansions to more chains played. Man, I'm talking so much. Chains played. Deflationary burns. Each transaction contributes to Peacock burns, reducing supply and strengthening the ecosystem. Upcoming integrations, guys. And this is really fun for everybody else. That's either EX. Support for Pulse, EHEX, and PDI is coming soon, leveraging OmniBridge technology for secure multi-chain functionality. Buyback mechanisms. A buyback protocol is active, aggressively purchasing Peacock from fees across chains from bridges like Solana, Base, ETH, BNB, and Arbitrum. Early data shows buybacks amounts exceeding initial expectations. And so we're going to have more updates on that. We're going to go through the latest updates since I put this post out last night. Launch stats course they had particularly at this time period at 6:30 GMT yesterday. Liquidity had $4 million worth across pools, so we're going to watch that grow. LP pools 185 guys tied to Peacock, and we know at least half a dozen of the projects have tied to Peacock before the launch of the Peacock protocol. And with the new pools emerging on Ethereum and BNB chain, a call from Liberty Swap for pump tires to join the Peacock LPs. So to make it stronger and rise with them. Engagement, the announcement, of course, it got a lot of attention. Just off the first post alone at the time, it was over 8,000 views, but that's climbed massively, and many people, influencers out there, have reposted it. Community live streams and hype posts highlighted strong PulseChain ecosystem support. It was really massive. The market cap, of course, at the time was 21.8 million. Obviously, that's come down a little bit now with the price pullback, but only as back to 16.5. Keep a look out for that. 435k liquidity at that time. Now, obviously, people can just use how to use the DEX. You can use Peacock DEX just on Liberty Swap website there. And of course, it's powered by the gasless OmniBridge for private untraceable inflows from major chains. Pretty awesome. The community buzz was high, of course, yesterday. We loved it. We had a great live stream. I think we had over 700 people watching the live stream yesterday. It was fantastic. We had a really good time there. And Peacock here has been talking about $10 Peacock. And look, we're right down here at around 2 cents. So bring it on. $1 to $10. It's going to be good times. Live streams and memes, of course, underscore the bullish vibe, tying into broader PulseChain growth there. And of course, the catchphrase is "Feed the bird." Feed the bird. Now, this launch positions Peacock as a cornerstone for multi-chain DeFi on PulseChain, with rapid adoption signaling potential for billions in value per community vision. I think it's going to be huge, guys. Absolutely huge. So, very, very exciting. And I really like the structure in the chart right now, looking very, very good. Now, that is the kind of what I did last night. Let's get up to the latest stuff, and let's go through some of their posts right now. We've got the old wink face there from Crypto Wally. 60x without the burn. Yeah, Crypto Wally says. Absolutely. So it's going to be even easier than that. That's a good observation. And Feed the Bird says Valiant. Absolutely. GetHex says it works well. Yeah. Hey, look, we actually got someone had an iPad yesterday. They got one from Richard Hart's Marketing with these, the sponsors behind that too. And they ended up buying Pulse, I think Peacock, and some Hex today. So some of the marketing starting to work as well. Isn't that awesome? GetX says, wow, great. Superman 700 viewers. Yeah, live viewers at the time. It was a really, really good show. So a lot of interest in that. And look, it's now in the archives, right? So people can go back and always look at the launch, which I always like that. In fact, many launches have happened on PulseChain that recorded on the Kryptonite Show. Isn't that awesome? Formerly, of course, called the Hex Token channel, but now the Kryptonite Show because we've got rebranded, right? Hashtag Superman in the house. All right, so that's kind of cool. So Liberty Swap says you can choose to chase thousands of coins, winning and losing along the way. That's true. Or you can hold and contribute to one rare, benevolent, deflationary coin that grows stronger over time. The path for Peacock to reach the top 50 market cap is through steady growth, a slow, consistent grind that lasts forever. And as what Wally said there, Crypto Wally said there, 60x without the burn, but the burn's in there too. So well said there. All right, so we got some exciting there. We even got DreddAI, which is pumping today, which is pretty cool. Yeah, they're into the mix there. Peacock to $1 to $1 there. I know Brennan would like that. Good work. It's something to behold. There's a lot of value being in being a benevolent contributor to a coin with a natural growing community. If someone had invited us to become a Dogecoin developer when it was at 17 million market, we'd have jumped in on it immediately. The same kind of opportunity is here again. It's called Peacock. Isn't that bullish? So really exciting, guys. The vision and the system has been put in place. But it's also going to lift PulseChain, guys. It's going to lift PulseChain, and we get a winning meme coin, a DeFi utility meme coin. Then it's going to be just one of those winning catalysts for PulseChain, and of course put PulseChain on the map. In addition to other things that people are doing, especially Richard, of course. Pretty cool. Highly recommend U.S. Treasury to buy and hold Peacock. I love that. That's the U.S. Treasury. Gotta love that. Ballers, they say. Kind of cool. We obviously had Richard Hart do some posts. Actually, I'm going to follow up on Richard Hart's posts because I'm pretty sure he's been posting out too. Liberty Swat says, are you getting front-run bot attacks when trading on PulseChain dexes or pump ties? You could show me what happens there. And of course, they've got their own node and private RPC. They are able to, avoid getting detected by the bots. Avoid getting detected by the bots there. All right, what else there? Now, this is Rasky here. He's the one that got one of the iPads, and he's got 33,000 followers, so he's new to the chain, and he's really, he did some research, and then he came on board, and he used Liberty Swap to buy it, and he said, thanks, Liberty Swap, I'm a proud holder of Peacock, and I'm already up big on my investment. I love it here. So that was from Rasky. It was only 4 hours ago. So another big KOL has joined PulseChain. Isn't that awesome? Really cool. And so that's cool. We're getting more. Have you noticed that we've had probably, I don't know, what do we had? Maybe 10. Well, it depends on how you categorize them, but maybe 10 big influencers new coming to PulseChain. Some of them are ginormous, but they're kind of just touch points at the moment. Probably the top ones are just touch points. Some of the X spaces they were in, like Win was there in the monster thread. He was there, but we've actually had quite a few, I would say medium and large influencers come into PulseChain. Have you noticed that over the last sort of 6 weeks, 8 weeks? First start off with Xavier, really, I think, and then we've had just one after another there. Maybe I'll do a live stream on that. Maybe that's worth the live stream too. We've got 2 live stream ideas there. We got PLSD in the house there from Thailand. Sup Superman, long time. Good to see you there in the house. There has been a long time as well. Man, it's just so many years I've been streaming, dude. So many people that have been, back in the day watching and pop back in. So really cool. We got Juice Scam in the house there. Yo, what up, y'all? We're getting many cool people in here now. We're really starting to attract this. That's an early sign that we really are on the bull run, guys. Is that we've started to pick up, non-PulseChain KOLs that are becoming PulseChain KOLs in some form or another, whether they're fully dedicated or there's part of their conversation. It's happening. It's really good. So let's keep going here. We're going to scroll back up here. We've got some reposts there, I think. Which one am I on here? I'm trying to make sure I'm on the right there. We've got Mr. Whippy Truck outside. Am I on the right chain here? Let me just think. Yeah, I thought I was on let me go forward here. I was on the right thread there. Let's see here. Let's scroll up here. We've got some more comments. We're going to go through the website in a minute, so hold on to your hat for that. Incredible to see Peacock's market cap on BNB chain has reached 52K. Isn't that awesome? So this is on the BCAP. Remember, yesterday they set up on Base Chain and BNB, and so we've now got Peacock on both those chains. They send over 25,000 each. And now we have market caps for Peacock on those chains too, which won't be incorporated in this one, right? So we have the one on PulseChain at 16.5, but I guess that won't show the addition there, and I suspect the supply has gone away. So, Crypto Wally was talking about the burn, but we also got coins going over the other chains, which is pretty cool. So we've got a market cap 52K there. Woohoo! Bring it on. Yeah. I wonder how close the price will match as well. That's the interesting thing. That's where the arbitrage comes in. So technically, even if it pumps 50x from here, the market cap on BNB chain would still show around 2.5 mil, while on PulseChain it would be roughly 1 billion. It's such funny tech. Yeah, isn't that crazy? That's funny. Because of the supply, right? Over there, 25K coins or whatever it is. That's pretty funny. All right, so yeah, just a Pulse guy in here. Did you know Pulse guy is a line of merch courtesy of PulseChain store? So they get a lot of love from the old Liberty Swap. So I don't know if they're BFFs or what, but that is pretty much it from Liberty Swap. I think that was the latest. Yeah. All right, so let's go to Liberty Swap quickly, and let's have a look at the website. So if you guys wonder what we're talking about, Peacock Dex launched, and it's a big deal. That's why we've spent a lot of time on it, because it's a really critical turning point for PulseChain. It really is. I can't say it enough. And so the other thing that they have, of course, is liquidity, right? So you can provide liquidity in here as well. You can actually provide liquidity for Peacock on PulseChain and ETH at the moment. And they've got the contract, right? The smart contract. I think you have to go to the eye. Is it the eye? Yeah, the eye. If you click on the eye there, the information little eye, it's got the actual contract on those respective chains. If you had it on Ethereum, you could put that into like CowSwap or Uniswap or something. You go put it in the dashboards there, and you can find the LP just like they showed us the BNB side there. I think it was a BNB, was it? Yeah, so you got that there as well. So that's kind of cool. I keep saying base, but I think it's BNB and ETH, right? So that is the play there, and we got PulseChain, and we got that. So you can actually provide liquidity. Now you don't earn the fees, remember, because you're just kind of contributing to the general glory. But the fees are used to do the buy and burn and things. That's the way that works. Now the Peacock Dex, of course. Let's scroll down on that. It's got the 24-hour volume. It's got the buy pressure. Obviously, you can swap now. Hit the swap now, I think. Obviously, that takes you to being able to bridge all these different things. So they've got USDC, USD Tether, DAI, and then they've got ETH. And I believe they're going to be adding wrapped ETH and Pulse and wrapped Pulse, I thought they were doing. But anyway, we've got Peacock now. And this is the big deal. That's what happened yesterday. And those they sent 25,000 over to ETH and BSC chain. Yeah, that's right. I keep saying base, but I think that's more for XGame. I keep getting confused there. So that is the play on those two. And yeah, TikTok, time to rock. So that's kind of cool. And they've got other metrics here. What else? They've got market cap 6.5 million. It doesn't have the BNB. Maybe they've added the BNB on there. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool if they wanted to add it in. That's where they'd add it in. FDV 9.6 million. Buyback $472. Burn tokens 3 million. And they got the Explorer to the site. What else they got down here? The old holder analytics. Now I don't know if this is right. This looks wrong here. They got Poseidon's 10,000, or maybe it's worth 10,000. Maybe that's the thing. Oh, they've done it differently here. So they got 194 wallets, 82% holding Poseidon bags, 10,000 or more. It's just not very uniform with what we normally describe. Normally we have it based on percentage of holdings. So it's a little confusing here. Whale, we got 1 to 10,000. Normally a whale would be over 1%, right? And the Poseidon would be over 10%. A shark would be over 0.1%, dolphin over 0.001, etc. But they've got it differently here, so that's probably why it explains. So, it looks pretty big when you got 194 Poseidons, but that is the play right now. Pretty cool. All right, so they've got the rank holders underneath there. But they have got the burn address, right? The burn address is there. Yeah, that one, that's 0369. It's got 154.3 million tokens. Remember, there's only a billion, and 15.4%, $3 million is already gone burger. See you later. See you later. And then they've got about a similar amount in the LP, probably higher than that now. So yeah, it's really going really well. So watch this thing, guys. It's going to be awesome. All right, so that's pretty much it. That's our Peacock and coverage. So only a slight pullback there, and good rotation for people. So that is pretty much it. Now we're going to quickly get into Richard Hart updates. How are we doing for time? Because we're having a good time. 59 minutes. Having a good time. It's not a long time, but a good time. Okay, get out of here. Too many movies. Watch too many movies. What else here? We got some more comments in the house. What else are we going here? PulseChain tablets on eBay. What do we got? Valence says PulseChain tablets on eBay are still selling for $100 plus. Yeah, it's funny. They're worth probably $2 to manufacture, aren't they? KR and Famous have been collaborating in spaces, which has made a big difference here. Hey, look, there's been a great number of influencers like those two people you named there, attracting some of the big players in crypto and business, some very wealthy investors and stuff. So yeah, it's been really good on that front. Daniel in the house there, can you please cover the option to purchase preset quantity of Peacock to stake for airdrop rewards? That's coming up, right? So we did cover that yesterday. So that's the next step they got. So this is just that yesterday was just the first step, set up the liquidity, get the website up and running, being able to provide liquidity. But now that next step is, the incentive side of it that's coming up, and that will encourage people to bring tokens over and stake them and get airdrops, special airdrops. Now that's the big question: what airdrops are they talking about? And what access do they have to coins? Now I can speculate on that. I'm a little bit, cautious to do that, but that I think is going to be a big deal, Daniel. I think it's going to be a big deal. So we'll keep up to date with that, and I won't speculate too much. But they're going to have it. They're going to have the dashboard, which we saw, but they're going to have a new front end for pump tires apparently, and also this airdrop incentive scheme, which is a key part of getting capital coming in from these other chains like BNB and Ethereum. So that's also very important, in addition to all the fees that are being earned through the DEX and through the bridge and stuff. Valiant says it would be nice if the Peacock website provided the 24-hour volume on each chain. Yeah, it would be cool. Maybe hit them up, Valiant, and let them know. They're pretty quick to things if they think it's a good idea. They normally respond pretty well on X. The holder category really threw me off yesterday. Yeah, it did me too, Valiant. Did me too. I need to really just look at it now to see the difference. Airdrop PDI, please. Yeah, well, it might be, dude. It might be PDI and what's the other one? EHEX. Yeah. I think they're going to make the airdrop pretty tasty from the looks of it, but we'll see. We'll keep a look. These guys, they keep kicking goals, right? They keep kicking it out of the park. And look, I've had further speculations about their whole setup. Remember, phase 2 is privacy, right? So much of it, Valiant, just looks like Richard Hart. I don't know. Maybe the team is independent, but maybe they're associates as well. I don't know. You decide. But there's so much similarities, and they just keep talking like they know stuff that's before it happens. Talking about hard forks and layer 7s and stuff like this. I mean, what the hell? So it's fun at the moment. So we'll see what happens there. Understood. Thanks, says Daniel. Hey, most welcome there. All right, so we're keeping a lookout for that. Now, look, we may see a wallet from them too. We may see stablecoin, maybe stablecoin R for Richard Hart. No, we'll see. We know that Rackham's doing one, right? Coming at Coilwell. I think that's called is it USDR or something? I'm not sure. Not sure if he's kept that name. I saw it on the sneak preview we had. But we'll keep a lookout for that too, because I love it. I love it when these big guys brand their own ones. There's something funny about it. I don't know. But anyway, hashtag winning, right? Hashtag winning. All right, so that was pretty much it on the old Peacock. Let's go back to XGame, because we're going to talk about XGame quickly. And we'll be covering a lot more stuff with XGame. It had a launch a couple of days before, of course. And let me see to that now. So we had a little bit of a move on the old XGame. We obviously had a huge rally, guys. It was a huge rally. It was like a 40x up to the upside. Was it 25x maybe? 25x to the upside. It was pretty huge. So 25x to the upside, 26x if you want to get accurate. And it obviously had some big holders in there, and they sold it down. The RSI was very hot on the weekly, guys. It was very hot on the weekly. Before this drop happened, I signaled that to the Strategy Club. If you haven't joined the Strategy Club, join up. And I saw it signaled it many hours before. And so people, if they had taken that lead, would have not had, faced the revaluation here, the correction. The RSI is very hot. See that? It was up at 95, very hot, and it was running. This is very unusual, right? And the reason why because the launch was so highly anticipated, right? And there was a lot of market making happening and things like that. So it had to happen, and then it happened, right? So now we're back down at 50 on the weekly now from 95. So the correction has been very, very good there. Now, where's it going to go? Well, you're going to have to get in the Strategy Club to find that out. But we might end up, coming down a little bit more here. I certainly have a buyer's range. Someone asked me for that, but once again, you have to be in the Strategy Club for that. But that is where we are right now on XGame. So I'm very bullish about XGame, and I'm still very bullish about SolidX. So that has not gone away. And of course, the tokens in the game that while they're related, they are very different, right? The game is running off on its own, doing its own thing. It has a very good referral system in it, and I think there's going to be a lot more in the roadmap coming from Firewall. So we're excited about where that is going in the future, and so we'll be covering that consistently, just like we do with Peacock, because we think it's one of the really important projects on PulseChain to bring in new players and new capital, right? And will probably perform pretty well over time. Now, it's definitely a different risk return category from Liberty Swap Peacock. Okay, so they're very almost on the opposite ends of each other, almost not quite, but almost there. If you had a little spectrum, so you just got to remember when you're thinking about projects on PulseChain, where do they sit on this risk return? Sometimes you can have a very conservative project that has just as high return on it, but sometimes you have other project has more risk in it, but with very high returns. You know what I mean? You got to really balance those out and have a good idea of what you're actually dealing with when you're playing around with some of these projects. But these are some of the heavyweight projects for sure. So we're excited about that. All right, so that is Firewall. And so Firewall had some comments about that. And we did read this yesterday, or I think the day before. He says, I'm quite happy with the launch. We now have the best multi-chain gaming app available in DeFi. And that's true, right? So it's Web3. It's mobile on basically the app on Telegram. There's over 1 million monthly average users on Telegram, 560 million on X. So it's very exciting there. It's very, very engaging, the whole thing. We've played it on here. I'll be playing it more, and we're probably doing a lot more around there. It's providing revenue on the daily to SolidX Foundation and its partners. So we are waiting for SolidX to get its day in the sun with the staking there. We'll see some of those profits flowing in, and they will be tiered, 5 tiers, remember? So that's all to come up there. They'll be going from 3 chains to 4 chains. So we've obviously seen on Base Chain, BNB, and PulseChain. And I've done some spot checks on the number of players, and of course, it's playing quite a few games a minute. So I think what I work out 4, 5, 8, 13. So maybe something like 15, probably 15 games approximately a minute on all 3 chains at the moment. So if you scale that on more chains, and potentially that's going to go up and up and up. But we are expecting some pretty good stuff to come on with the next game, and of course a lot more stuff happening in that space. So keep a lookout. It's going to keep rolling out there from Firewall, one of our 2 big whales on PulseChain, building long-term vision there. What else we got there? Really happy with performance and dedication of my dev team. We are developing multiple projects and solutions that won't exist anywhere else. We come a long way, and we are now closer than ever as a group and a team. Between our team, we know we are winning with room for more, which is pretty cool. So, with Valence making a good point here, SolidX is a near all-time low at around $2. Now, the key is if you can find the bottom. Now, whatever the bottom you think it is on the price of SolidX, if it goes up, if the price then re-rallies, has a reverse rotation and re-rallies, and you go through the dollar levels, you can, and therefore, get a free ride up the higher payout yields, right? So that's a really, really important thing to take into account. Now, well, what is the bottom? You can decide, but certainly $2 there is near the all-time low. Now, the other thing I was going to say is I think we got to $1.77 the other day, but something like that. But it's back at $2. Seems to be pretty steady around that mark. Is that I think the minimum was bronze level, and I think that's $2,500 worth of tokens to get a share of the profits. You remember that as long as you get consistent players, etc., then the profit margins are pretty good in casinos, right? They're right up there. So we'll keep a track on that at the moment. We'll keep track, but that is exciting. That's coming up for the old XGame. So that's a bit of a coverage there. I think they had another thing here: on-chain referrals, instant payouts, 30% house share. Remember, so if you do want to refer people, there's a pretty good referral program there, and you could actually do quite well. Now, obviously, people that are playing it are generally going to be gamers, right? But there are a lot of gamers out there that like to play and make the big X's if they can, and with more games coming along the line there too. So also playable on Telegram there as well, BNB, Base, and PulseChain. So excited about that. So that is pretty much it where XGame is right now. So I thought we would just cover that, and we'll quickly go to SolidX since Valiant brought it up. SolidX, let's have a look. So here, SolidX at $1.96 now versus the Pulse pair. The Ink pair is always slightly higher, but the dollar pair here versus Pulse is at $1.96, and you can see it's just after the last few hours actually just rotated down there. RSI is at 35. But let's have a look at the 4 hour, which is the trader's view. 4 hours at the moment, RSI is at 35. Yeah, we've had last sort of 5 hours there has come down a bit, and we had some of these big holders obviously sell it down. But the RSI was hot, regardless of who's holding coins and the drama around that. A lot of drama online about all that. But as you guys know, we're not a drama channel. We try to be anyway, and we do pretty well at it. So we're at $1.97. That's kind of there. It's very hard to talk factually without sometimes touching a little bit on those points. But apart from that, we're at 17 right now on the daily with the RSI. So that's well oversold. So you can decide right now whether this is a reasonable entry point. The other way, of course, is looking at the retrace. You can do Fibonacci's and things like that. And maybe if you want to hit me up in Strategy Club, I can have a look. All right. What else? I think that's it for the XGame. I'm looking forward to it. Excited about the future there. Let's jump into Richard Hart and see what he's been up to. Of course, the founder of PulseChain. He has been a lot more active, as we all know, over the last few weeks. People are really keen for him to stream again, and boy, would that really be crazy. I think he's indicated that he will stream. People are trying to get him big influencers, the big giant ones, 500,000, million people, whatever. And so he's, they're trying to set that up for him. He said he'd be, entertain that, he said. So we'll keep a lookout for that. And he's put a couple of stuff out here about free speech, about layer ones better than layer twos, things like that. What else he's done here? What's that? Good. In the form of who has the strongest community? Let me hear you. Which coin should I buy next? It's who's listening to 2025 YouTube. Yeah, so he's got a little comments there. Yeah, so he's been covering different topics at the moment on the old X there. Has there been no many replies? Let's have a look. Did many replies there. Crypto Coffee did a little reply about that. Cool thing about Gibbs Finance says never deposit to an exchange from anywhere but your wallet. Many exchanges will lose their money if the deposits comes from the contract instead of the wallet. That's true. Can be a real hassle too. Interacting there with Hexologist a little bit. It's interacting with some other influencers. Yeah. All right. So it's getting a bit adult only there. So we're going to jump from that. And that leads us into the Crypto Night Show. How are we doing for time? Now in 12 minutes. We're doing pretty well today. Man, it's pretty bad. Pretty awesome. Now, we were going to talk about Gladiator Games we at the end, I think. I think that's what we're going to do. So let's go do that. And I'm going to have to set up in the different screens. We're going to have a look at the Gladiator Tournament. I did cover it a little bit earlier, but I did want to show the game itself. So let's pull that up, shall we? Gladiator Games Tournament number 8, and we got $3,200 in prizes. I'm going to be playing it after the live stream. You might see me on there. I got a terrible name. Last time I used to have cool names. This name's terrible. My name's terrible. I got to get a better name, guys. I got to fight with this Gladiator for 4 weeks. 4 weeks I got to fight with the name. It's sad. I had such a good name before. I really loved my Gladiator, and I ended up winning the last tournament. Remember? I ended up winning the last tournament with that name, and it's sad. I don't know what it is about having a good name, but it really makes you unhappy when you got not a great name. All right, so let's get into it. Let's go, and I'm going to have to split the screen. I have to set this up. Give me 10 seconds. I'm going to go full screen on it, and let's change it out. I'm going to put sound. We'll do sound, Let's do sound. Do it live. Do it live. All right, so we've got sound, and bam. And let's take away the split screen. Let's go. We're ready, guys. Are you ready? Here we go. All right, there we go. All right, so Gladiator Games. Woohoo! All right, Gladiator Games. All right, so what do we got there? We've got 10 people in the pure schools. Remember, I'm going to make this a bit bigger because it's a bit small. Make it a bit bigger. How are we doing? Can you see that? Yeah. Should I move myself over to the right? There we go. That's movie magic. I just ruined the movie magic. We'll go a bit bigger. Hey, that's me. All right, let's go infinitely big. Infinitely big. That's not quite infinitely. All right, so we've got pure skills. Now, this one here, you don't have to do all the customization, although then that's big part of the fun game. But if you just want to get in there and fight with your skills and do the best you can, that's really cool. Now, the entry is 200,000 gold, which is 200,000 pulse. So it's pretty. I don't know what is that worth? $6 or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. Whatever it's worth. But that is pretty cool. And there's 10 players in there at the moment. So let's have a look at the viewings. So the tournament just opened It must have been a few hours ago. How many hours? So the tournament's got 1 day and 21 hours and 30 minutes to go. So it's running for about 2 days. I think he's shortened the term. I think it was not used to be. I think about 2 days and 6 hours. I think he might have shortened it to 2 days maybe. And so yeah, it's counting down there. So plenty of time to get in. There are how many people? There are 10 people playing so far. No one's played yet, which is crazy. I'm going to play, right? I'm going to play. Let me get in. I'm going to play. Before I play the pure skills, so they pay out $306 in Roam token to their top champions, $400 in silver for legendary gear, and that's really important. I love my silver when I get it because I make the best weapons. But we got 10 gladiators at the moment, so get in there. This is perfect if you are new to the game, honestly, and you got limited time. I'd definitely get on there, and that's easy to do. So all you have to do is get a wallet and to sign up, put a pulse in it. Go buy some gold. So you can go in here, buy some gold. It's 1 pulse to 1 gold. And then what I would do is you could go to the store and let me just get rid of the wallet there. You got to double click on the wallet, get rid of it. And then I'd go to starter pack, and then I would get one of these two, the Premius or the Rudius there, and you get 2 gladiators, right? So let's say I get this one here. It's going to cost you gold. It's going to cost you 10 million gold for the Rudiaris there. You get 2 gladiators, so 5 million each, or if you think about it that way. Or Primus, which is 2.5 million, which is 1.25 million gold. So let's say pretend I get the Rudius there for 5 million each. I'm going to go tier 3 because that's the current generation of gladiators, and they're more powerful basically. And then I'm going to you got 4 different types I can choose from. This one's got the Murmo's got a sword and a shield. The Damakeri has got 2 swords. The Rotarius here has got a trident and a net, and I find them really challenging to fight because I don't generally fight with those. And then we've got a Hoplo Makas, which is what I normally like, right? A spear and a shield. I normally fight with those. Anyway, you get to choose 2. So you could choose 2 different types, and you get to choose different, avatar images. So, you can choose any of these, put a name to them, and then just hit the buy starter pack, and that will deduct the gold from your wallet, and you'll have those 2 gladiators plus all the gear, right? So they give you not just 2 gladiators, but you get all the gear that you need to, fight with. So they give you all the armor, the jewelry, the clothes. They give you rings, power rings, basically, 15 bandages and 15 stakes. Now, you need bandages and stakes in the fight to heal and to get your energy up. So that's why they're important there. Now, once you get that, you can then go to your gladiator page, and you'll find your gladiators. Make sure you're on generation 3. And you can then click on your gladiators. I don't want to click on my big one because then it's given away to my enemies, right? I don't want to give them all the information. But you can then go for your inventory down the bottom, which you bought, right? You bought in the starter pack. And then you can double click on them. So you double click on these and they will go in. So I double click on the food, it will go on the food. I double click on the boots, it's going to go on the boots. And you got to have all the gear. You just fill it out that you bought on the starter pack. Starter pack's easily the easiest way to get into it. Once you've done that, you can then go down to the tournament and join up. So there's just 4 steps really, and then you can just select on your gladiator 3. So let's say I choose this one, Richard Heartless. It's called. I didn't name it. I put that one off the market. So there we go. And then you can register, and it will take you 2,000 golden. When you want to go to fight, you just go down here and you pick up the gladiator, which would be Richard Heartless, and you just fight the tournament, and you'll be able to join. Right. That's it. Now in the queue at the moment, this says there's no one in the queue for this one. And so you just got to wait around until there's someone in the queue, or to sit in the queue, but just don't walk away from your computer, because if someone comes in there and fights you and you're not there, they're going to kill you, right? So you don't want to be that guy. You want to be that guy. All right, so that's one way you can do it. The other way, of course, is going on the market. If you're new and select Generation 3 and you can buy a gladiator, you're going to get all sorts of prices and all sorts of quality of gladiators. The color represents whether they're more rare or not. Obviously, red is the most. So that's the legendary one. That's why it's got a higher price. Orange is a second rare. It's called, I think, epic, etc. So there's all that. So you can go buy one. And in the pure schools, it really isn't going to matter. It'll matter a little bit maybe, but you go in here and fight with that. So let's see. I'm going to join the fight. I don't know if anyone's there. It says nobody, but you just never know. Yeah, no one's there. See how it's got 1 in the queue? That's me, right? 1 in the queue. So I don't know if anyone's watching right now, but that's in the queue there for the game. So we're going to cancel out of that right now, just because I want to show you the next one. So this is the main tournament. So this is where the bigger prizes are. So that's got 360 and 400, so 760 in prizes. This one's got 1,950 in Rome and 400 in silver. So what's that, 2,350 or something like that. And the top prize is $200. But look how many prizes there are, all the way down to $15, $60. So even though this is customized, where people are doing a lot of extra upgrades. So what they do is they go into their gladiators, they make sure they've got all their qualities like stamina, strength. They upgrade them, so all you have to upgrade is click on them. And if you want to upgrade that faster, you can speed them up. So Generation 3, there are 10 levels on each of these qualities, so that would be 50 levels. You could upgrade, and they're 10,000 Rome each to upgrade each of them. So there's a little bit of investment, but remember, you're playing with this over 4 weeks in the main tournament, so you get the chance to win all that money in the tournament there based on your cost. So there's a cost to income thing going on there. So that's pretty cool. And of course, you can also go on the market and you can buy equipment in there. You can just select the legendary if you want the best stuff. Next best stuff is epic, and you can go buy all the equipment that you need for the tier 3 gladiator, right? So you can go buy in the market. Obviously, there are other things in the game like quests and stuff. You can get resources and you can go and craft with those resources. You can go craft a lot of stuff. So I've got beef in here. I'm going to craft some more beef. I got some bread in here. And go craft that. Now, I think I do have stuff on quests, right? So they're on quests and I can claim them. If I claim those quests, I'm going to get little resources. Resources are going to iron and lumber and things like that. So I can hit the claim button. I got some free stuff, right? This quest is 3 hours long, and I got heaps of my gladiators on there. I've got lots of Generation 3 gladiators over going on quests. They're getting me resources for free. But there's lots of ways to get resources. You can have assets. I got a mine here. I'm mining iron. I'm going to claim that. So I got that. You can stake in here to earn resources. Staking. And of course, at the moment they've got staking rewards as well. So you got staking rewards. You stake Rome, you get more Rome, or you can stake for iron or lumber and stuff like that. So there's lots of aspects to the economy side of the game. But essentially, if you are going to get in, you can basically, get a wallet, put some pulse in, buy some gold, and then go to the starter pack. That's the fastest way, really. Go to the starter pack and buy yourself 2 gladiators, get all the gear with it as well, and then you can do that. Alternatively, you can go buy gladiators off the market, and then go buy the equipment off the market and do it all yourself, right? Customize up, and then just quickly join the tournament. Now the 2 tournaments, of course, the main one where all the big players are, but then there's the pure skills, which is just skills. You don't have to worry about too much like armor upgrades and stuff like that. You just have to be really good at fighting and give it your best there, which is pretty cool. Now, if you want to register for this, you can register. It will cost you $1 million gold. You just hit the register button there, and once you have registered, right, you can then pick up your gladiators. And my one's called Power Poke. I'm really just not happy with the name, but I'm going to click fight there as well. Now I can rename it, of course, but I just can't be bothered. So we're going to fight a tournament there, and I will enter the queue, right? So that's the play there. So I'm going to be doing that after the live stream. Won't be playing it now, but I just want to show you how easy it is to get into the gladiator games. Big money up for grabs every single weekend. It will vary, right? So one week it might be $1,200, $1,300, $1,400. Next week it might be $3,200, like it is this weekend for Halloween. That's a pretty special weekend. So, but pretty awesome stuff going on there, and lots of updates happening with the game. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that. That's pretty much it. We had quite a show. We talked about some awesome stuff happening. A couple of AI projects, DreddAI, Abaya AI. We talked about those. We talked about some of the big heavyweights like XGame and Firewall. We talked about Liberty Swap and Peacock Decks. We talked about Gladiator Games. Some really cool stuff happening in the space. And coming up soon is going to be CoinWhale, right, from Rack and Rochelle, our biggest PulseChain and PulseX sacrificer. And of course, he is looking to make a big blue chip, not just on PulseChain, but on multi-chain as well. And that could lead to some very, very big things as well. So we're excited about that. Hope you enjoyed the show. And now in 24 minutes, not bad. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, all that good stuff. And then, we'll see what happens. But I think we're ready to go on the old PulseChain. A DCA for the win. We're going to have a great time, I'm sure. All right, bye for now. See you tomorrow. Hopefully at probably a little bit later than the normal. Probably maybe 7, probably at maybe 8 p.m. Eastern is probably when I'll be on tomorrow. All right, I think we're going to wrap up there. Many thanks, is Valiant. Have fun. I appreciate that. Big shout out. All right, take care. Catch you tomorrow. Bye for now.